Okay, I think I'm live again. Let's see here. Close this out. Okay, Psalms chapter 6. Hope everybody had a good day. Um, let's see. Get this going here. All right. This is Psalms chapter 6. O Lord, deliver my life. It says to the choir master with stringed instruments, according to the Sheminith, a Psalm of David. I have to research what the heck that is. The Sheminith. Um, let's see what it says. Oh, that's just references. All right, chapter 6. O Lord, rebuke me not in your anger, nor discipline me in your wrath. Be gracious to me, O Lord, for I am languishing. Heal me, O Lord, for my bones are troubled. My soul also is greatly troubled. But you, O Lord, how long? Turn, O Lord, deliver my life. Save me for the sake of your steadfast love. For in death there is no remembrance of you. In Sheol, who will give you praise? Um, Hang on just a second. I think my AC's on. Sorry about that. I think it's so loud I can't hear anything. Um, can't even hear myself reading. I'm weary with my moaning. Every night I flood my bed with tears. I drench my couch with my weeping. My eye wastes away because of grief. It grows weak because of all my foes. Depart from me, all you workers of evil, for the Lord has heard the sound of my weeping. The Lord has heard my plea. The Lord accepts my prayer. All my enemies shall be ashamed and greatly troubled. They shall turn back and be put to shame in a moment. Okay, so let's go over a little bit of what that's all there is to that. Let me go over a little bit of what I was reading some on the background of this. Verses 1 to 7 are kind of broken down as the lament. It says David cries out to God, pleading for mercy and healing. He expresses the depth of his suffering, describing physical and emotional pain and sleepless nights filled with tears. He acknowledges that his suffering might be a result of God's discipline. He questions how long his suffering will last and asks God to turn and deliver him. He expresses concern that his son will die a death which would prevent him from praising God. So that's kind of the first 7 verses that we read just then. And then you notice probably starting in verse 8 where he says, Depart from me, all you workers of evil, for the Lord has heard the sound of my weeping. That's the last 3 verses are considered to be the turning point. It says, Despite the intense suffering, David expresses confidence that God has heard his prayer. He calls for his enemies to be ashamed and flee as God will intervene on his behalf. This shift from despair to confidence is a key element of the psalm, demonstrating faith in God's mercy and power. All right, so this is I'm not gonna tear this one down too much tonight because it's pretty simple. It's just a psalm of him lamenting and asking God to basically forgive him uh, and to to accept his prayer. And then the last 3 verses are him getting his answer. So I think it kind of reminds me of the scripture that says, "You will find me when you search for me with all your heart." And Jesus said, "Anybody that knocks, the door will be opened." He says, but you gotta like search. He says that you'll find me when you search for me with all your heart. And a lot of times, pressing into the Lord is necessary. So that's what David is doing here. He's really pressing into God and looking to kind of break through. Kind of reminds me of the lady with the issue of blood that just had to break through and get to Jesus, and she wasn't going to be denied. There's a song that says, "I will not be denied," and that's kind of the way David was. And that's the way we got to be, guys and gals. We gotta make up our mind we're going to follow Jesus and that we're not going to be denied when it comes to um, reaching the Lord. If you search for God, you will find Him. But sometimes you have to search with with everything within you, and and I think that's when we find the Lord is when we get to David, hitting rock bottom there. He did that a few times in his life, and I think that's what it takes for a lot of us because we're stubborn people, right? Anyway, all right, guys, I'm gonna end this stream, and God bless you all, and hope you guys can watch this at some point. Talk to you later.